Lights, camera, action.
In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film.
Cut.
That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It. We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening, I thank you for doing so. I'm Kevin Mumphrey, and this is F It. We'll Fix It in Post. I'm here with my colleagues, Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Carson Hype Ferguson.
Yeah.
Today we have a guest in studio who just recently finished writing and, I guess you can say, producing a project that Victoria worked on as well. Goes by T. How you doing today?
I'm good. Can't complain. Honored to be here.
We're honored to have you. So,
Most definitely.
So first, I'll ask, where did your love of film begin?
Man, 5 years old, maybe.
So at 6 and 5, what were you watching?
What was I watching?
Because I want to see if this is something you were supposed to be watching.
Not at all.
Nah, there's always the good ones. Those are good ones.
I've seen all. Okay, I guess you could go all the way back to them old. You call it B movies, the sci-fi horror movies.
You shouldn't have been watching
Clowns
this.
From Outer Space.
Oh, yeah.
Critters.
You ain't never heard of Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
I have, but you shouldn't have been watching
it. As I got older, Chucky, I remember the night I saw Child's Play. My pops rented it the same night in living color there. So all the adults was downstairs watching the living color.
And you were upstairs what?
The first Child Play.
Oh, my goodness.
Child's Play. Stuff like that. Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm
Street. So what drawed you to? Because I know you're a horror person. What drawed you to horror? Like, what do you like so much about
the
it?
horror, you don't know what's gonna happen factor. I guess I don't know the being scared because I like mysteries and suspense as well. So I guess it's like that ultimate worst case scenario, especially in horror. Like it's literally like the worst thing that could happen to you.
Oh,
being put in situations like that, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I think I watch movies like vicariously through the characters.
Yeah.
So it's always like, what would I do if I was in them or in that position or whatnot? But that's probably the shock factors. I ain't a bigger fan of the jump scares.
I get you. Like the people, right there in your face. What you call it? Like you walking down the hallway and then somebody jump out at you?
For no reason.
Yeah.
And it's right there for no reason. I mean, it has its place, but I like the, the stuff that we don't encounter every day.
Right. Right.
So you said Chucky at 16. So how scary
6.
was it? Oh, you said 6. Okay, I thought you said when. Okay. So how scary was Chucky for you at 6?
Between Chucky and Cujo at that age, cause I think my sister had a cricket doll, the doll tall. It was literally like black Chucky looking thing, and petrified, especially because she had it in her room, sitting in the dark, looking creepy. So it was kind of close to home. Yeah.
So funny you should mention that. So this is maybe a little bit after Chucky came up. My grandmother got this really big Chucky looking like doll, and it just set it in the bedroom
for no reason.
No, I'm pretty sure it was just to terrify us because she found it funny, but it would just be there. And I think it took a while for me to be able to be. No, I would just sleep in another room or on the floor because I couldn't look at it and then go to sleep. It was just.
Wait, where was it?
It would be just in the bedroom where I would sleep at. Just on the other side of the bed, just sitting there chilling, just looking at you.
Like mental abuse.
Yeah, and had a little ice cream.
It was just in the shadows. It's like.
What's my man's name?
Yeah,
Life size.
No.
Oh yeah.
Now it wasn't that big, but it was bigger than the regular, probably about as big as they wanted you to think Chucky was in the movie.
Okay, I got you.
And it's just be laying there. My grandma goes, "Well, good night. Get off the light."
That's what she did to keep y'all in line, because you were probably some badass kids, weren't you?
No, I wasn't that bad.
That bad.
No, I mean, I did little things there, but
to you're that bad. Probably to your grandmother was like, "Nah, these some badass kids."
Yeah, no, the mother kids around my neighborhood, they were bad. I stayed in the house.
Yeah, but like like not to bring it to race or whatever, but black kids, there's levels to it. So even if it's a good kid, you be like, oh, he ain't that bad. That's just how we talk. So it could be a great kid, but the parents always like, look at him.
Nah, I wasn't that bad.
So
I can honestly say I wasn't that bad of a kid. She just like she's petty. You had to. Like, my mom was that way too.
Trying to keep y'all in line though. That's what I'm saying.
It could have got me running up out the house. Like I don't know if that was the best way to do it.
But you come back to sleep, so
I can sleep somewhere else. I was sleeping like on the living room on the floor. I was getting away from that thing.
Yeah, I feel you.
I was not touching it. So, at what do you ever watch like those same scary movies you watched as a kid?
Watch them now.
Yeah, and kind of go like now I see Chucky as hilarious.
It's comedy.
It's like y'all really like
comedy.
Them just you doing all the moving like like come on, dude. Just kick it. Like it really, it's a doll.
But with the proportions though, it'd be like like a little person,
and then you just be cussing.
Can I say that? Like,
why are you looking at me? The amount of stuff that on this show, and you're looking at me trying to get acceptance of what you're saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying like better than I do.
No, I do not.
Because y'all be going at me all the time about what I be saying.
Okay,
so
this episode you heard what he said.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it was that bad.
Oh, okay,
but that's
correct.
I guess.
But
I guess that's the right term.
Well, I was gonna say because like. Yeah, well, I mean, I know dwarfism is a thing, but people be getting mad. But I'm saying, like, if you think about like, how a little person's like proportions would be, that probably dude would have super strength.
Right.
And he was possessed too.
I bet you.
Yeah, probably got super strength, man. So you ain't just gonna kick him.
I bet you that community does not like Chucky.
Right.
Does not like Chucky at all.
No, it's not gonna ask.
Not a leprechaun.
Or leprechaun.
The leprechaun actually to me was scarier than Chucky. Chucky was just because the voice and the angrier Chucky got, the funnier he was. Really, because you little bitch. It just was
okay, but the leprechaun.
That's a scary little
leprechaun
thing.
in the hood. You remember leprechaun in the hood?
I remember. You never seen that?
I saw it once by mistake.
Oh my goodness!
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
Bigger cousin. Oh, this is gonna be a comedy, and it wasn't. So
I found it funny.
They did too.
Like
they thought it was hilarious.
Leprechaun in the hood, and then Leprechaun in space.
I know they did.
Yeah, like there was one point in the movie, right, where the dude he's like he blows up because they like hit him with this ray because they were gonna shrink him, but apparently like I don't know somehow like the ray went on the opposite way, so he turns in like a 30-foot tall leprechaun. The first thing he does is open his pants up and looks down. He's like, "Woo, woo," and I'm like, oh, come on, man, come on.
Yeah, you got them jokes.
Actor still alive though?
I don't even know who that actor is. Again, that
I
was
think
just
he is. It will be very interesting for them to come out with a new leprechaun. I think I would enjoy that.
Nah, you don't need that.
I do, and bring back all the old people and Jennifer Aniston. Yeah. She was in the original one. Bring her back and everything else.
She's good. She don't need the money.
Nah, I think
she don't need the money.
We're gonna. I can just imagine. I can imagine that movie.
Just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
just for them to redo it, like for them to do it again or have a new one come out.
Remakes are doing well right now. So
Juice, now she has a daughter. Jennifer Aniston come back and she have a daughter. You know what I'm saying? With the leprechaun.
If they do it, they might as well bring it back.
Yeah.
How that mean with her is gonna go? For real? Like, you want me to do what?
I mean, she did the movie.
Hey, she's in a different point. That Friends money wasn't kicking in. Yeah.
So
I think that was one of her first ones.
Ain't no way in hell she going back to that. My check comes in every month.
Yeah, not to mention she doing like Discover Card commercials or something like that.
I'm not saying she's desperate to do it. I'm just saying to do it as far as, like an anniversary or something, or you know what I'm saying? Leprechaun. Because Leprechaun is legendary.
Get the AI version of it. That you made footage.
All them other ones. They remade that. They remaking all the horror films.
Now I know I'm not the best person to judge this, but I feel like on the level of scary figures in film, it's probably farther up than the Leprechaun.
No.
Pennywise.
Nah.
Because Pennywise, even now, that's a little.
Leprechaun.
That Pennywise is kind of scary to me now.
Leprechaun.
When he does that little
scared.
creepy dance too, like that just.
Leprechaun scares the shit out of people.
That,
Look, no. I'm telling you right now. I remember watching that when I was probably about 5. And do you know I wouldn't go next to the drain? I would go to the center of the road and then like go back to the edge of the road. Like I'm not playing that, man. Because he's like, hey, kid. And I was like, already I'd be like, nah, man. Like, what you doing down there?
I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna not go next to a drain now, but if I hear anything while I'm by a drain, hey, let's go. As a matter of fact, I saw a video of like a possum drag a raccoon down a drain. It was like in New York or something like that.
Of course, it was New York.
And that makes sense.
You know, they got their phone camera and like put it down in there, and it took it like through the little pipe way, like, and the raccoon's trying to get away. They had him by the scruff of the neck, and he's just pulling him. And I'm like, oh wow, this is about to end badly for that raccoon, man.
I just kept it moving like, hey, that ain't my business.
T, what is your favorite horror film?
Favorite horror film?
Or give me your top 5. How about that?
Top 5 horror films. That's good.
I put you on the spot.
He got to go in the back of his brain for this one.
Dang, that's good. Horrors.
Or suspense, horror suspense.
Nightmare on Elm Street, definitely. Like, just because I definitely remember like how, I was young when I saw it and it stuck with you. Certain scenes stick with you. I'll put part 1 at that's in the top 5. I like The Purge. Would y'all
The Purge is cool. Yeah.
Y'all consider that? I like all of them as a franchise.
Yeah. Horror suspense.
Leatherface.
Yeah.
I like
Leatherface. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I forgot
seen
about
that.
Chainsaw. Even the remakes was kind of strange. Like they just did one like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And, it's cool. It's decent, but it's not like the old ones.
I got you.
I know I don't want to say it, and I'm like, dang, I should have said that.
No, it's just off the top of your head.
Because I got one in mind. I just want to see if you say it.
Got one. Okay. What I say? 3? Was that like 3?
Yeah. 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Or and I remember People Under the Stairs, like, because I think that's
People Under the Stairs.
Yeah, that's when I wanted to write. You ain't never seen that?
No.
Yeah, that's Jordan Peele supposed to be doing the remake. You seen it, right?
Yeah.
And they go, well, I could give you a rundown after this. I'll give you the other movies, but People Under the Stairs, and then one more. What can I say? One more. I like the Exorcist, but one of them though was crazy. I can't remember which one.
Not the first one though.
The first one, yeah, it was. Certain scenes I remember stick out to me.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
I say one of those. I don't remember which one.
I get yeah. That's what's up.
Because the only one that, and it's probably a suspense and a thriller, is the only one that I can actually watch is Saw.
You can see people. You can watch people cut up.
It's
but you can't watch everything else.
It's weird. I know it don't make sense, but it is so well done. It's like, okay, how is this going to go? Like, I mean, I'm closing my eyes through parts of it. Obviously.
Oh my god!
Or I'll even if I can mute it, I'm gonna mute it. But it's like, what is this going to lead to? Like, it's terrifying, but it's like, okay, how is this going to end? It just is more. I guess the suspense of it keeps me in for the thriller.
Yeah.
But am I muting? Absolutely. This is not my part.
Like, you don't like the
I don't want to see any of that. Yeah, absolutely. So my thing is, I don't want to go.
So wait.
I don't pay for people to scare me.
Hold on. You said you don't like the gore, but you watch Saw.
Yeah. And again, it makes
you watched it all the way through.
I have watched almost every one of them. Yes.
Okay.
Even the one Chris Rock.
That's the one I did. Now, I don't know why. Some they said when Chris Rock was in it, I was like,
it was good. He had a couple of lines was comedy, but I liked him in the serious role though.
Is there somebody like Chris Rock? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I just he was just he could have been good. It was just something about like Tim saw it just didn't sound like if you told me Jordan Peele, and honestly Jordan Peele is so good at it that I may have still not watched it, but he has a net for a guy who does comedy. He seems to do horror really well.
Well, he probably was a horror person anyway.
Right.
Oh, he has to be.
He was probably one just to start with. He, that was just his end.
But then again, funny people they say are kind of dark and.
But if you look at it, comedy people who do comedy, if you look at their stories, it's more of horror stories than it is comedy type deal. That's just how it goes.
It's like the tragic background, that kind of stuff. Right. Like, so they have to compensate with the comedy for their background.
That makes sense now. With Jordan Peele, if he had did it, I don't know if I'd watch it. I would be intrigued by it, but also
you don't know how he'll do it though.
That's the intriguing part. Like, how would he do it?
You got to see People Under the Stairs, man. That's a classic right there.
That just sounds like
that scared me. That scared me a little bit.
The name of it alone is like, ooh, I don't know.
They had Ving Rhames. That was one of his earlier roles, Ving Rhames, back in the day. And I guess they live in the projects, but got an older white couple who own the project.
It just sounds
so they raising the rent, evicting people because it got a kind of a political undertone. You know what I'm saying? And so they want to go rob these white people because they're in the projects and they want to get some get back. Then Rhames take his little girlfriend's son. I forget his name. But anyway, they try to rob the white people's house. Heard they got gold inside, but come to find out they got people living in the walls of their house that they keep like hostages, and they real people, but they like zombie almost. And you gotta watch it, especially if the Jordan Peele redo it though. Like it's classic.
You just sneaking out and like surprised.
Pretty much with a crazy dog. They had a crazy dog in there. Alarm system locked them in, so it got kind of wild.
Yeah,
it got kind of wild.
Yeah.
Well, is this the project that he I guess recently announced that he's supposed to be working on?
I heard, probably like last year. I think I heard it that he was doing a remake.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't like thinking about that. It wasn't even a remake or whatever, but you remember Busta Rhymes is in one. Was it Dr. Giggles?
Busta Rhymes was in Halloween.
But he was in another one or whatever, like early on. Like I think it was Dr. Giggles.
I have no. I remember Halloween.
It was almost like a B movie or whatever.
I remember Dr. Giggles. Yeah, I have to watch it and then be like, oh
yeah. I think he was in that one too. Like, but that was earlier when he was trying to break into film. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it was before Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See.
They had a sequel.
I definitely don't know.
Yeah, they had a second one of that. I seen all that crazy, wild. Like my pops let us anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You ever seen? You remember that movie House?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember he buried his wife or whatever, right. And then coming out, it was like a demon or something.
Yeah, I remember House. They had a couple of those.
Yeah. Like I remember watching the second one, but I don't really remember that much of it. Right. The first one though, I just remember watching that over and over again.
Ghoulies, because I remember
yeah.
What else came?
You watched the horror film?
Yeah. Ghoulies was kind of nasty though, because they be in the toilet. Oh man, he come to the toilet and attack you.
I remember that movie.
Bro, I seen Garbage Pail Kids. Have you?
Yeah.
Man, I ain't never seen none of this stuff.
Yeah, talking about. Man, come on, man.
Y'all talking to each other at this point.
Gremlins, you know what I'm saying?
That's classic.
Gremlins.
Okay, I did see Gremlins. I didn't really find it like. I didn't think of it as a horror movie.
But it's not a horror movie. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
It's like a dark comedy.
It's like a dark comedy.
It could be scary. I can see.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Christmas movie.
I'm not even gonna get in that debate.
The Christmas movies.
We've had this conversation. That's
like
multiple episodes ago.
He said, man, what was it? Bruce Willis. Yeah, Bruce Willis was like, oh, it's not a Christmas movie. I was like, well, it take place at Christmas. You got a 50-foot tall Christmas tree. It's snowing all the time. He mad because he ain't with his family at the holiday time.
Trading places. That's a Christmas movie. Yeah.
Actually, this would be for both of you. just as an estimate, because y'all probably never thought of it, how many like horror films do you think you all have watched?
I mean, it has. I'm more of suspense
Because I
than
know I'm
horror.
under 10.
You know what I'm saying? And it comes from being younger and just seeing stuff on TV. Knowing you shouldn't have watched it, but it would scare the shit out of me. So it's just like Candyman. Candyman scares the shit. And the thing is,
I forgot about Candyman.
And the thing is, I still can't watch Candyman. I ain't even seen the remake. I just can't watch it because of me being younger and being traumatized by being in the bathroom. My cousins put me in the bathroom and cut the lights off, and was like,
you have to to this day, like I couldn't do it, but I rock with Candyman though. Yeah, you should have been on that list y'all asked me for everyone. I forgot about that, the original and the remake.
Hey, even Evil Dead.
I like Evil Dead.
Yeah.
I gotta go back and watch the older one. I watched the more recent one they done.
Oh, I saw that in the hotel the other day, and I was like, yo, this is wild.
And it's crazy because like I just started recently. Like I like horror, but like the paranormal stuff, I stay away from.
Oh man,
oh yeah.
I just start recently. Like okay, I'm gonna check this out.
Man, look. The more they do those, because I watched that too, because they played a bunch of like scary movies like all at the same time. And they had that Evil Dead thing. It's basically like almost like it's gonna be a series of movies now, minus the Bruce Campbell. But it was trying to think. I'll be thinking it's like a documentary.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, damn man, this could happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, wait, hold on. And it's stuff might move or like you start like second guessing, like looking at stuff. Yeah. And you be like, damn man, my mom's playing tricks on me like Bushwick Bill.
You see the one with the two little girls?
Oh man.
Yeah, that was hard too. I like that one.
What about zombie movies? You like zombie movies?
Man, what? Not Walking Dead. What's the one when they go in the mall?
What's it called?
It's one of the Night of the Living Deads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like that. Yeah, I like zombie movies. I think especially when they changed the game because zombies weren't running when I first started like watching movies.
Yeah.
But I think that movie and all the 28 Days Later is one of them.
You know what? That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
28 Days Later.
Zombie Star.
That is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, that's dope. That's a classic right there.
Yeah, them cats are track stars.
This shows how little I was because I really wouldn't have paid attention to surrounding zombies.
28 Days Later, the actor who just won the Oscar, that was one of his breakout roles.
The British guy, right?
Is he British? He's not British.
Was he British guy?
Hammer?
No, he's not British.
Well, anyways,
I didn't know he was in that.
Yeah,
but then again, I didn't watch it.
Main character.
So
that was one of his breakout roles right there in that film. But it is a very good, in my opinion, it's a good movie. I like that movie.
That's a real good movie.
I've heard good things about it. Zombies.
They're actually doing a part 2, and he's going to be a part of that.
Well, this is going to be like the third one.
Or third one, or what? This is the one he's going to be in. I don't think the other one he wasn't in.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I know. I seen they doing another one.
Yeah.
But yeah, they start running in them, man. It's crazy.
And what I heard about like scary movies there, as far as like for the film industry, it's one that does like if it does well, it does well and you don't have to spend as much making it.
Right.
Like you can kind of double on your investment.
Right.
Which I didn't even think about until I read it. But I want to ask something because I've watched way more scary movies now. Like
I've seen a lot of movies like period.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of movies. None that we go.
That's because you don't like scary movies.
Don't like them at all. But even y'all watch a film that's supposed to be scary. Now, can you watch a scary movie and still be affected by it when you're knowing the purpose of that film is to scare you?
You got to be good.
Yeah, like you saying, like watch it again. Can I watch it again, or can
no, I knew it. Like, because I mean, there's something you've probably watched when you were younger, and now you look at it like these are props,
right?
Like
practical effects. I think even now, when I look back at it, it's like writing and trying to do film, still looking at like they worked with what they had, or you know what I mean. It's not
right.
It's less scrutiny. Still, like you're not watching it as a child, but you're still watching like the practical effects or low budget that they put in and how good, you know what I mean? You looking at different stuff like that to appreciate it differently, I guess.
So,
Man.
with you being a writer now, it gives you kind of more of an appreciation of films in the past.
Yeah, the stories was way better. Like in comparison, like I think it got to an era where it was like the jump scare thing, but I think in the past it was like better writing, better storytelling, better characters. You know what I mean?
So you think now, like the stories aren't as good as the ones in the past?
Right. I think they getting back good. I think.
What do you think was lost though? What do you think that they lost?
The rushing, trying to hurry up, get movies out, profit, trying to get money, or
Yeah.
You know, like even the writing process, like not taking the time to, you know,
Think
go through the
through it.
script. Yeah, you know. I don't know, even some of the actors, like you know what I mean? It's like, since you have been in this role, yeah, like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're really scared. Okay.
Right. Yeah, so I think a lot of things, but mainly just trying to produce films as fast and
Yeah.
as possible, like that Marvel shit. Let's just push them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned something about like them not making better characters. I was thinking, like they're always remaking stories of the old character. I think the newest maybe character for a scary film, and I don't know if it's counted, but Megan.
Megan, yeah.
That may be the new. Like I can't think of a. Maybe you are. Well, Saul, Megan.
I don't know though.
No, but there's a bunch of them though. Like Brightburn, it's like an evil Superman story.
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah, that's real good.
What's that? Upgrade.
I haven't watched it yet.
I thought it was very well done. Like it and you know, like this for the special effects or whatever, they it wasn't over the top, you know, where it would take you out of the story. I think it was just enough, and you know, it was more like practical shots and all that stuff. It's pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, I've never heard of any of these things.
No, I mean seriously though. Upgrade.
I see it on there.
Yeah. Upgrade was the I guess the guy got like a chip in his brain, and then the AI started trying to take over, but it had to overcome the programming. And you know, I'm not gonna spoil the ending.
Have they? So wait, when was this movie made?
Yeah.
So you like they're using AI as which I mean I guess you could use it as a form of horror as well. But I mean,
it's been
like they've
Terminator been like people. Yeah,
you know, and you know,
hey, Lawnmower Man, yeah, Johnny Mnemonic.
Johnny Mnemonic, yeah, I remember them. Even what's the one with J-Lo back in the day? The Cell.
Yeah. Like I forgot about that one.
It was like AI. That was something more weird. I can't quite remember.
It's like an alien technology or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
What's the Cell about?
even if you do like the Guyver,
no, not to ask me that.
the Guyver. So it was more like action or whatever, but it's like an alien suit took over this dude's body, and and he's like fighting these aliens or whatever.
Technology.
Yeah.
No, but the Cell, like somehow, like they was trying to. It was a serial killer, but they wanted to get to his conscious.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And he's basically in his mind.
Yeah.
And then it's not horror or whatever, but it's more suspense thriller. The Jake Gyllenhaal one, where he was like the in that machine where he could go back, and he kept on going back to stop the bomber.
I don't think I seen that either.
I can't remember the name of it though, man. Like, but it was good.
Yeah.
And it's like, and at the end, you find out like, oh, he just jacked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess he got messed up in war, and they made him this part of the machine. He basically like he's sleeping all the time.
Right.
So anytime some stuff happened, he can go back in time, almost like deja vu a little bit.
Yeah.
But like he's in this machine, and he thinks he's alive. He thinks he's about to go back to his life whenever he stops like one, terrorist cell from doing his thing. I was like,
familiar.
Yo, that was pretty good, man.
You know, one of my favorite suspense films is Identity.
Identity.
With the dude, he got the hotel.
Yeah, and that was his. It was
dope.
everything that was in his mind. Because what's crazy is you did not know until the end that it was all of these personalities in his head.
They trying to figure out what personality is like
Right.
the actual killer.
And
So
I was
is it
like,
the suspense that
it's a suspense.
makes it more so your favorite than the horror itself?
Oh yeah, I like but when I say, because it was
It's like
really
a thriller, right?
it was thriller.
Yeah.
It wasn't a horror film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Scream. By the way, Scream is one of my favorite franchises. Okay. But anyways, It's more of a. I know, but
I mean, put it this way.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. That's a date film for me. You know, we gonna watch Scream.
The thing is, I've seen Scream, so I can watch it. I mean, how scary can it be? No.
Oh, you watch Saw, okay? Don't sit there and say that.
That's different. That's a
No, it's
I
not.
watched it for the suspense.
No,
and mute the thriller.
No.
Scream is a dude with a mask and just prank calling people and killing them. It's almost funny. The last one.
It's a thriller. It's a suspense.
It's only suspense is who's in the mask.
Right.
Outside it, most of it's kind of funny.
And why? I guess the reasoning. That's what
it's the reason. Yeah, it's the reason of why this dude is running around killing everybody. First of all, who it is, and second of all, why are you doing it? What's the reason?
Now let me ask you, this one that they're supposed to be working on now. Are you excited to see that one? Yeah, they're going to
made one, right?
Oh no, they're trying.
Like 3 years ago?
They're trying to make They're trying to make another. They're trying to franchise.
Bring Neil, because was she in the last one?
Was
she in the last one? Because it was one of them that she wasn't in because they weren't going to pay her money.
No,
right?
she I believe was in the last one.
I don't think she was. I think she's in the one
or the Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox. I still ain't seen the last one.
I'm talking about Campbell though. Nev Campbell.
No, she wasn't.
Right.
She's back in this one.
Right, because now they're going to pay her what she's worth.
Because the two girls who was in the last one, they're not coming back to this one.
Probably because they got to pay her more money.
No. It was some other stuff. But because I mean the young girl that's on there, I mean you're gonna have to pay her. So I think they're gonna have her lead the new version of this franchise, but it was something with the other actress. And
you talking about the chick that was on Wednesday?
The
right?
Wednesday, yeah. So she couldn't do. The other girl got out because of
But she was always the one that was coming up though. What's her name? Even though the chick from Wednesday, but she was always the one that was coming up.
I don't know why I keep forgetting, but I know that anyway, Ortega.
So yeah.
Now part of that is it was conflicting with Wednesday, and they couldn't schedule around it. Oh no! That made them some money. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That was actually better than I thought it would have been.
Just because who is it? Who was the director? No, what's his my mind just brought it. Look it up. Because once you say his name, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, that's the reason why I done so well.
Yeah. It's Burton's production, is it? Did he do that? Tim Burton?
I was thinking Burton, but he did the movie.
No. Well, look it up.
You know what I watch every time? And it's like, it's not really, I guess it kind of like it's horror, but more drama suspense. Predators. The one that Robert Rodriguez executive produced.
It is Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Man, I love that movie, man.
Yeah. Predators, you could keep making them. I watch.
Oh, yeah. But especially that one, though.
Yeah.
It's like, cause like they was on the alien planet.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I was like, dang, man, yo, that's an ill concept, man.
How they lay down their little backstories.
Yeah.
Predators is dope. Terminators, I can watch all of them too.
Oh yeah.
I even like Salvation.
Man, a lot of people clown me. I think I'm the only other person that liked that movie.
Yeah, I
watched it a couple times.
No, because I'm like, it had a decent story, and I think just the biggest factor thereof is like, it's like, yo, you're trying to live up to the franchise.
Right.
I can't say I like the one where they brought back old girl, like, and they killed off the son.
I think I remember they brought back the original Sarah Connor.
Yeah, and then they killed off the son and then just like replaced him with the little Mexican chick.
Right.
I was like, what?
When she has, I gotta watch that one again. When she like mixed with one of them, or no, that ain't the same one.
They kind of did the same thing with Salvation. So like they basically made a lady like the liquid metal guy.
Right.
They basically like remade Terminator 2 basically. But they killed off like the lead character, and I'm just like, he was the purpose all the way up until this point.
Right. Now somebody else.
I'm like, yo, like, you just crapped on the whole franchise. I'm like, you be like, oh, none of that stuff matters anymore. This is what's important now. Like the audience is gonna be cool.
Yeah,
with that.
it's
Tim Burton. Anything that Tim Burton,
I watch his.
I'm gonna enjoy.
I don't. Weirdly enough, I don't connect Tim Burton with horror. So like
But Wednesday was not her.
it was just it has like its creepy element of it, but it's actually well done. Edward Scissorhands, I love that.
That
So I
wasn't horror. That was like
Look-
more of a comment. Romance. That was romance.
and
Yeah.
that's
It's like a
it's-
dark romance.
Yeah, see, that's more of my lane. Anything with knives,
Okay.
knives and boot. No, that's not.
Scissor hands. What you talking about?
I mean, it could have been a horror. It
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
it could have gone wrong.
If I wrote it, I would have wrote it different. If I-
I'm pretty
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So how would you have written that?
There probably would have been some bodies up in there. Yeah. Probably would have talked more too.
Somebody would have gotten on the nerves and go, look, you know what?
Right.
Shut up.
Probably
Probably would've-
Wolverine or
Yeah.
Hey, the craziest thing is that was Johnny Depp, and I was like,
Oh,
man, I'll be
You
forgetting.
know, with Johnny Depp
I
for
be forgetting
years.
that's him. I be forgetting that's him.
did that.
Oh, what is one of those things where I was so shocked that it was him that I don't forget it? Because it's like, wow, that's the last I
That's
would
like
expect.
that's like him and Crybaby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You never seen Crybaby?
Nah.
You need to watch it.
or the role he had in What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because Leonardo DiCaprio was in that too.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So what would you say are the elements needed to make a great horror film?
You asking me?
Oh,
But actually, all of
definitely. No, XT.
I'm not asking me because I don't. All you need to say is a horror film, and that's it. That's all I need.
I think the elements. I think it's the same. Like any genre, I guess, with the characters and the story. Like, in my opinion, like you still like a good horror film. You can have all the gore, the killing, I guess, whatever's going on, but it still get like your reason. You gotta have a why. You gotta have a character that you hope don't get killed or hope get killed. You know, you gotta have a reason. So I think the story and the character still gotta be, intact. That's like, suspense, thriller, whatever other genre. Maybe, a little plot twist. You thinking one thing and something else happen. I think that's important. Yeah, them probably the most important things I think will make a good one.
So let's talk about your writing. When did you start writing?
I started. I sat down, make the conscious decision. I was gonna focus writing on screenplays in 09.
09.
Yeah.
So what was your main inspiration? Like what was the inspiration to say, you know what? I'm finna sit down and start writing these scripts. Was it because of what? For me, some people it's kind of like for what they see. For me, I'm like, I can do better than that type of
That's
deal.
exactly what it was.
Oh, for real?
That's exactly what it was. I was like, I'm gonna go feel bad, but I mean, even before that, like I wanted to write novels. I used to work in the library. I read a lot of bullshit. I'm like, fucking, I'm about to start writing novels. That was my reason for writing novels. And I started learning about like screenwriting and stuff. I'm like, screenwriters get more material done faster than novelists. You know what I mean? So
right.
okay, I'm gonna go that route. And but pretty much like you look at movies, man, I could do that.
Right.
Read a script, like, okay, I see. But still, even with that motivation to start, those first whatever months, years, drafts, like all trash. All trash. It's training to get better, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But sometimes when you think it's trash, somebody else will look at it and just love it.
And they did, and they was tripping. Critics back then. When it was. It's because I don't know. I think I remember Kobe Bryant quote, like "You don't know what you don't know" type thing.
Right.
And I thought I knew, but looking back, learning more,
right,
structure, technique, all that stuff is like, I didn't know what I was doing.
I heard Seth Godin talking about that. He's like you get down on yourself or whatever because it's like I think it's the book The Gap where he talks about that, and he even had like a TED talk about it basically. And he's like, yeah, you have to get good enough to fill that gap,
right,
to go from like beginner to okay,
right,
and then like the trash is in between.
Exactly.
And he's like, yeah, like the reason why you think you're bad is because you got taste.
Right.
And I was like, damn,
that makes sense.
Like, damn.
Yeah, that definitely makes
That's a nice way to put it. Like I have taste.
Do you remember like your first the first attempt at writing? Like, do you remember what that was? Do you remember what story that was?
Okay, the novel I remember, it was a suspense, mystery, detective, and it was so cliche though. Like the killer killed her grandma. She killed the killer, but come to find out the killer had a twin brother type. It was like some weird.
No, that sound dope though.
And that's how it was. I think I like used to overthink like, the plot twists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I had a homie, man, he was going to college and I let him read it. He was like, it just sounds like a couple other things I've seen. Like, I'm like, all right, but yeah, looking back at the time, I thought it was cool. You trying to get it, edited, contest, send it to managers. You know what I mean? Like everybody do that. Screenwriters, everybody think their first script is like ready to be produced or bought.
And made into a feature film.
It's my ticket. And I'm in a couple groups, and it's kind of like on Facebook, the screenwriters groups. You sit back, the comments. Some dudes in there even trying to sell their scripts to other screenwriters. Like it's crazy. But I that period in time was just purely like sharpening my craft, getting better. As opposed to trying to come up.
I get you.
No, hey, what was these groups on Facebook?
Well, screenwriting groups are they got a Black screenwriters groups. I'm in like 2 or 3 of them.
Okay. I'm like, why would I send a script to another screenwriter?
Exactly. And doing that, man, I ain't trying to sound messed up. But them Africans, man.
Yeah.
Hey, the ones that make the fake pages are trying to get me, man. Man, dude be like, I have 8 screenplays, 2 comedies, 2 horrors, blase. I'm trying to sell them. Give me a price type. You know what I mean? And
in the comments be like, LOL.
Yeah, cooking every time, man. It's wild.
You do know I have those too,
Yeah, exactly.
In America. Where
right. Like what am I gonna do with this?
Get wild, man. It's common.
Nice try.
Right.
So let's talk about the project you just recently wrote. Could kind of talk about like what it is and like what motivated you to write it.
What, the Pride and Joy?
Yes.
Okay. It's thriller, I think, or suspense. Sci-fi element. It's funny because I think writing it started with a question, like, or a predicament in my head, I guess, like, because he's basically just. Okay, first I want to go back. It's based off a longer piece, a feature-length script. So I kind of like, wrote it, so we could shoot. And I knew it'd be fun. But in there, it's like a guy, the lead character, he meeting his new girlfriend's parents for the first time.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so that was kind of the basis of it. So it's like, after that, I don't know, my thought process just kind of spiraled, like, what can make this suspenseful or this and that. So, yeah, he liked this girl. You meet her parents, they're intimidating. The situation is intimidating. And they brilliant scientists, and, they got a backstory.
Okay.
So, she basically, she a clone, a replica. She don't even realize it. So, I mean, that's like the worst thing you could find out about.
So you took a normal situation and said, what is the worst possible outcome that could happen in this situation?
She ain't real. She a clone.
In the age of BBLs, that's kind of funny.
Augmentation, man. That's one form or another.
Oh, she a clone, all right. But so how long it took you to write it?
The short?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a couple months or month and a half, maybe, to like, clean it up, edit it. But I don't know, my process is kind of weird because I do a lot of outlining. You know what I mean? Because right now I'm doing the remake. I'm rewriting the feature length.
Yeah, that you sent me. Yeah.
And because I wrote it, like I don't know, I'm kind of like bringing things down. But I think about a month and a half, the short feature length, that took maybe like a year.
But how many drafts?
That depends. Like to me, I consider my outlines drafts because they so detailed. I do them on my phone, so wherever I'm at, downtime, I can work on outlines and stuff. But I was 3 to 5 drafts.
So on this outline, because most people not necessarily know, like what people put in, is it like you may have like a character synopsis or a breakdown of a scene? How does your outline work?
First I start with the act, like opening, how the opening go be. Character, not necessarily character synopsis. I do the character synopsis or the character breakdown like right before I'm getting into drafting. Unless sometimes I have little details in the outline that I could just get into writing and they there. But like if I something pop in my head about a certain character as I'm painting out a scene or whatever they going through or their character arcs, I might just throw it in there. So I guess it varies with the story. You know what I mean? Kind of varies.
Now, does it make it easy? Like, does it help you as far as like writing dialogue?
Yeah, because you know that's how I get to know my characters, like the outline. Like, I think I got a sense of who my characters are before I even start a draft, like just from the outline, like how detailed, like their backstory, what they want, you know, their desires and everything. So yeah, it's by the time I get to the draft or the script, yeah, I'm pretty like well acquainted with the characters, so it makes it easier with the dialogue. You know how they go talk.
Yeah.
You know how they go say certain things. Even in the outline, I would like if a certain scene that is in my head, I will put a piece of dialogue that like, oh, this would be dope if they say this. I want to forget it, so I put that in the outline. Like whatever I can remember about the story, I'm gonna throw it in the outline.
So it's kind of like the ingredients.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Now you ever got to a point where you're writing and you go, okay, yeah, this doesn't make, or a scene may take a turn to a point. Well, now I don't think my character would do this, and you almost have to like restart it.
The whole thing?
No, just like maybe a scene or like or a few pages.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I had a teacher in school, man, and he used to be, you know, say certain stuff, but certain stuff stick out. Excuse me. But he was saying sometimes you gotta let the story write itself. Like, you gotta make the characters make the decisions, you know, they go make and don't get in their way as a writer, you know. But yeah, I think I had to do that a few times. Like, nah, he wouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, definitely. I think that happens often.
Right.
Because as a writer, you got the story, you want it to be told like this. You want it to be it gotta go down like this. But you gotta let it write itself sometimes, and it might contradict what you want. I know it sounds strange.
It does, but I understand it because it's like the story got to go this way. But it's like, okay, my character would probably have left by now, but
right.
The story is more important than that. And you almost got to pick between the
two. Yeah, and don't force it, you know. Yeah.
So how important is it for you to know your characters?
Very. I think it's
because being a writer, I don't think people who aren't writers don't understand the concept. When you're writing, when you have different characters and you're writing for that specific character, you have to understand the character and know the character.
Right.
So people who are looking on the outside, looking in, explain that as a writer, explain how important it is for you to know your characters and know that, okay, my character is not going to do that. So I'm not going to put write this dialogue or write this for the character because I know the character is not going to say that.
Right. And I think it's extremely important. Because even when they in the story or when they going about what's going on, they got to make decisions that impact the story.
Right.
You know, so you really got to be like, are these going to be the right decisions, or it's important because the result of that decision go, you know, impact the act 2 or going into act 3. So I think it's very important because I don't know, like thinking of it right now, I think a lot of times we could get in trouble and like, you know, you write yourself in the box.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what's going on. And your teacher, our teachers, they always say, you know, got to remember what the character wants. Like even in acting, like you forget the lines, but you just got to remember what the actor wanted in the scene type thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important. You could get lost in the story. You might fall apart. Like I watch movies, my wife, I'm like, man, they wouldn't even did that. Like we watched the movie today. I mean, I'm not saying the writer didn't know the character. It was a TV show. But the kid done been in several episodes and all of a sudden he's like a math wizard. Like we know this dude already. Like, why y'all write that in there right now? You know what I mean? About to help the kingpin and clean the money up and everything. Like, you would assume he was slow. Like,
Right.
but it got to make sense. Like,
I get
if you
you.
don't know your character, things might not make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, like if it's a show or whatever, it's probably you're dealing with a writer's room and
Exactly.
you got all the compromise and somebody's just like, hey, just get it done.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's probably what happened.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. It kind of makes sense. Somebody probably said something, got vetoed. Who knows? Yeah. But it just stood. It stands out. Yeah, it stands out.
That sounds like a corporate interest got in.
Right.
He's smart now.
By the 8th episode, oh yeah, he a math whiz now.
And turn around and do some crazy stuff. Like the next episode.
I think that's why. You ever seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I'm watching it now again.
Yeah. So like the with Jesse Pinkman,
Mm-hmm.
like he acted like a retard sometimes, man. You like, God bless, and like you just get mad at him, man. But it's like I was like, man, that's how you know you wrote it well, because you be like, man,
Emotion.
he's a smart kid. But he be doing the dumbest stuff, man. You be like,
and then you kind of know, like something like that. You go, I remember somebody like that, or you grew up with somebody, like you can connect that with somebody, which heightens that emotional response.
Even certain scenes. So like, I just watched Airplane again, like for the umpteenth time, and that one scene where he's at the hotel, and like like that door is chattering or whatever, because I guess the other side's unlocked. And he grabs that liquor bottle, then he puts it back. You're like, man, good for him, man. And then you see that hand come back in that frame and grab it. I'm like, no. I was like, man, that was a perfect scene. That was written so well, man.
Now, VA, how did you get involved in this project?
Carlton hooked us up. Shout out to Carlton.
Man.
That's the man right there. But no, he hooked us up. He said, hey, I met this writer. He has some scripts, and I think y'all should link up. So I think T sent me a script, and I said, oh, hell yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, you saw horror, and you was just sold.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, man. When I read it, I was like, okay. And then when it got to a point, I ain't going to get a movie away, but when it got to a point where the whole twist and turn came in, I was like, oh, man. I got to get my hands on this. That's what's up.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Because as a writer, man, you hear your people, your family, and spouses, but like it's like validation when other creative minds is like, yeah, this dope. Like,
and I can visualize it. I can visualize the whole aspect of how it started and going through those motions and the character going through those motions. I could see it while I was reading the first time around, and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. And then you know what I'm saying, I sent it to Clarence, who is the dopest cinematographer in this world. But anyways, he read it and he was like, oh yeah, we can do something with this. And once I get validation from Clarence, just know we gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no other way. It's going down. Once he say, "Oh yeah, we can do something with this," we gonna do it.
Yeah.
Now, did y'all have me? Because you said when you read it, you had a vision. Obviously, you have a vision when you're writing it. So, do you kind of meet to make sure that those visions?
Oh yeah, I am the type of director who wants the writer to get involved. Sometimes directors don't like that. They just like to, if somebody writes it, they're gonna be like, all right, I'm the director, you're just the writer. I'm not like that.
Ego, straight up ego.
I mean, it is what it is. But I am the type who wants to make sure that the writer's vision is seen as well, because they wrote it. Their vision is what their imagination is, what it is. So my vision might be different. We collaborated, and I said, hey, this is how I'm seeing it. He was like, yeah, that's how I see it as well. You know what I'm saying? So us collaborating, him coming on, being a part of every single set and making of it was important, because I wanted his vision to be seen as well. So yeah, I think, and then the actors, the two main actors, that was their first film. Shout out to Shawnee, and shout out to my mind just drew Rambo. Yeah, Rambo. Yeah, Rambo. Yeah. That's their their first time acting.
Yeah.
In the suspense film. And they killed it completely.
Now, T, were you involved in the, I guess, the casting process at all?
Not necessarily, but even going back to your last question, even I appreciate that's a privilege, like for a writer and a director to even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know like how, you know, I don't have a problem writing it, and you know, I just want, you know, my work to be told. So I appreciate, you know, being involved to that point. But by the time the actors and we got to that point, I had the utmost trust. Like, you know, I was willing to just, you know, hands off or
Nah, that wasn't gonna happen. I wasn't gonna let that happen. I wasn't gonna let that happen.
But I had trust in it, like in regards to the actors and everything. But no, I didn't even have a, you know, because I know some actors, but no, it wasn't. I was gonna roll with her. You know what I mean? I was gonna roll with her.
Now, how is it like being on set? You're seeing a project that from your brain written down, and now it's being brought to life. How?
Oh, that's the dopest thing, man. The dialogue, the actors bringing, you know, their gifts and everything to the character, or how they view the character, how they sympathize with the character. Man, that is dope. Like the dialogue, like how they exchange, and it's like you think you know what it's gonna look like, but it's that much better. And then it is. Man, shout out to the actors, man. They did it.
Shout out to the actors.
It's exciting, man. That's like the ultimate blessing right there, seeing the actors to pick your words and your thoughts and whatnot.
And that your situation, usually they don't have their family involved as well, because usually directors can be a-holes about stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
VA obviously wasn't. Like your son was actually even a cameraman, and
right.
Your wife was involved too. So how was that for you?
Oh man, that feel good too, man. The support, they want to be involved in what I'm doing. The fact that they do it with, you know, a big heart and excited to do it, man, that feel good right there. It's just more encouragement, you know what I mean? But yeah, they feel good having them on set.
Levi killed it though. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was his first time. Was that his first time on camera?
Yeah. We let him play with the cameras before. He did some like behind the scenes stuff before.
Yeah.
But like, no, that's his first time. Like, doing it like that. Yeah, I think he did the sled. Before, but no, that's his first time. He ready to get back at it. He excited. Man.
I was going to ask,
he excited.
Did he enjoy the experience? So
he enjoyed it. He want to watch it. He ready to watch it. Yes.
Well, VA, you got another cameraman if you need it.
Yeah, I know, right? Most definitely.
So we get to the last day of shooting, and that last scene is done, and VA says that's the wrap. Was it a feeling of relief, or do you remember how you felt at that moment?
An accomplishment, like, you know, because film, man, is some people don't finish projects. I got unfinished projects, like never get to that date, or especially when you're dealing with multiple dates and different conflicting schedules. So it's always dope when you get to wrap. Real, so yeah, it's definitely an accomplishment.
Now, if you looked at like I'm pretty sure there's like horror film festivals and stuff like that. You thought about one to submit it to?
I haven't actually. You know, me and V, we could talk about it. I'm sure, you know, her and Clarence probably look, you know, into things like that. But honestly, man, I was so geeked. Like
we definitely doing that. You ain't got to worry about that. I've already started looking up film festivals.
Yeah, see,
we ain't even got the first edit yet, but I'm already looking up film festivals. Like I got a whole list.
So see, I was just back to writing. Okay, I got to get something else.
No, that's a good thing though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me a little bit more fuel to the fire, because I'm trying to tell you, when that comes out, people are going to be very surprised the way it was shot, the way it was put together, everything else. It is going to put everybody on a different level.
Right.
I already know it is.
And lets them know, wonder, okay, who wrote this? And they start learning who you are.
Right.
And then you have to put on your LinkedIn profile. Film writer.
Right. Got to.
I think someone told me, he asked this director, how do you become a professional director? He goes, direct.
Right.
Until people pay you.
Yeah.
As soon as
direct, write, do all the other stuff until somebody big pay attention.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Now, do you only write horror?
Horror. I think right now it's kind of I've been leaning toward like sci-fi, like thriller thing. Like you probably been busy. You ain't read the last one I sent you.
Nah, cause you said you gonna rewrite it.
I did the last
link.
Yeah,
okay,
that's the rewrite.
I gotta check that out.
But it's kind of like I like the sci-fi elements of like not a sci-fi world per se, but like sci-fi happening in a regular environment like now, I guess you could say. But the horror element, I think even with that, I'm doing a pitch deck for horror, and I think it's just the stories that come to me. Honestly, that's a bona fide horror. Like the one I'm doing a pitch deck for, like Pride and Joy, I would consider that more like suspense, a little thriller when you enter in the feature length project. But when I'm doing a pitch deck, it's bona fide horror, like a whole. I'm trying to create my Candyman. You feel me?
Okay.
So this is a character that but it's not. I think it just depends on the story. Like even though the last script I sent her, that's more like sci-fi thriller. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or sci-fi horror, you could even say that too, because it's some crazy stuff in there too.
Oh yeah, you make your own genre, man. You know what I'm saying?
I like
make your gumbo genres.
Yeah.
And I will say when you make your Candyman, I'll watch it, but that will be on mute.
Right.
For certain scenes.
Still can't believe you sit up there and see you watch Saw and then talk about something.
No, it don't make sense. I sit there watching this going, I can't believe I'm watching this.
Talking about something.
Now,
I don't watch horror.
About 40% of it is on mute. So like,
See, Saw, that's horror.
So you sit there and you look at a film on mute. Like you're looking at it and it's on mute.
Once the music starts, like, oh, okay, yeah, that's that music doing. Music kind of gives me that sense of, it's about some shit about to happen.
Yeah,
Mute.
Sound production is good.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate good sound because it lets me know when to mute.
I don't think you can have a good horror without that too. You got to have that sound and them elements to put you in that environment. You know what I mean?
Oh, it puts me in an environment to press mute.
Oh my god!
Damn.
In the episode, I'm so done. I just don't understand.
Hey,
I don't understand.
You watching a horror film with me would be an incredibly frustrating endeavor.
It probably would. I probably just shut the TV off. Be like, we're just gonna sit here in silence.
Watch People Under the Stairs, man. That might.
You'll watch the whole thing on silent. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be on mute the whole time, like literally from beginning to end.
We'll be on the phone. Sounds like some crazy stuff going on there. I'm not even putting the captions up. That's never saw it. Never saw it. No, never saw it.
You never saw it?
No.
Oh my goodness.
The trailer alone, I was like, oh, yeah.
Get Out. That's more like psychological thriller.
That's more.
I've heard that, and people are like, they're not just. I think you'll like it, and I'm glad you think that.
It's not scary though.
You're like
that trailer was scary enough. It did enough for me. And on that note,
oh my gosh,
I'm gonna find something lovey-dovey to watch.
I got some Scream.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Nothing is more scary to me than you going, hey, I got a movie I want you to watch.
No suggestions.
Hey, I want no suggestions.
I'm gonna invite him over one day and just turn the TV on.
That's
just something.
Hey, watch. You ever seen a black man disappear?
One of them old 80s horror B movies.
Yeah. Now I could probably no.
But it's
like I don't know why y'all try to scare people in space.
They're not in space. They from space.
Yeah, they from outer space. They come down from space.
Regular clowns, so people trying to run up and encounter these clowns, but they kill us, and it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Goodbye. Thank you for coming out here with us today.
That's all good, man. Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
And all your film suggestions, please keep those to yourself. I don't need those. I am once again Kevin Mumphrey with my colleagues Victoria V.A. Jones.
Yeah, we a horror and thriller over here.
Right.
and Carson Knight Parkinson.
Yep.
Works for me. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's a wrap. Good night.